The Galactic Council, a powerful and vast coalition of technologically advanced alien species, had never taken Earth seriously. To them, humanity was nothing more than a blip in the galaxy, a weak, primitive species barely worth considering. They laughed at the very idea that Earth could pose any real threat. Humans, with their limited technology and lack of interstellar power, were easily dismissed as insignificant. The aliens, with their towering starships, powerful weapons, and superior knowledge, believed their invasion of Earth would be quick and effortless. Broadcasts from alien ships filled the Earth's skies, mocking the human race. They played constantly on every screen across the globe, alien commanders laughing at Earth's inability to defend itself. The humans think they can fight back. The alien announcers jeered. They are a joke, a dying species with no future. The broadcasts filled Earth's cities as the alien fleets prepared to land. The humans watched in terror as giant alien ships appeared overhead, blocking out the sun. Their sleek, intimidating shapes seemed to mock Earth's best attempts to defend itself. The threat was real, and the galaxy had already made its decision. Humanity would fall. However, in the depths of the South American jungles, far from the chaos in the cities, an unexpected discovery was about to unfold. Ryan, a young soldier and survivalist, had been sent on a routine mission to investigate strange reports of unusual activity in the area. Ryan was known for his courage and resourcefulness, qualities that had earned him respect among his peers. He was no stranger to danger, having faced countless challenges in the wild. But nothing could have prepared him for what he was about to find. While trekking through the dense jungle, Ryan heard a faint, eerie hum vibrating through the trees. His instincts told him something was wrong. The air was thick with tension, and the birds that usually filled the forest with noise had gone eerily silent. Ryan's hand gripped the hilt of his weapon, his senses on high alert. He followed the strange hum, pushing through the thick underbrush, his boots sinking into the soft earth. Then he saw it, something massive, half buried beneath vines and trees. At first, it looked like part of the jungle itself, camouflaged so perfectly that only someone as sharp as Ryan could have noticed it. But as he got closer, the truth became clear. A massive alien warship, sleek and black, sat hidden in the jungle. Its surface shimmered in the dim light, almost as if it were alive, pulsing with power. The ship was unlike anything Ryan had ever seen, a highly advanced piece of alien technology, far beyond anything humanity had ever imagined. It wasn't just a spaceship, it was a weapon, built for destruction. Ryan felt a rush of shock and awe as he approached the warship. It was enormous, towering over the trees, with smooth, angular lines that spoke of precision and deadly purpose. The hull was dark and shiny, reflecting the dim light of the jungle. As Ryan crept closer, he felt a deep, rumbling vibration in the ground beneath him, a sign that this ship was far more than just a piece of alien tech. It was a warship, a tool for conquest. Ryan's eyes scanned the ship, taking in every detail. The thick foliage around him seemed to melt away as the ship became the center of his attention. The air was heavy with anticipation, and the jungle around him seemed to hold its breath. As he crept closer, he could see strange symbols etched into the ship's surface, glowing faintly in the darkness. The symbols seemed to pulse, almost as if they were alive, connected to some unseen energy source within the ship. Reaching out cautiously, Ryan touched the hull of the warship. Sparks flew as his hand made contact, and for a moment, the entire ship seemed to come alive. A low hum vibrated through the ground, and Ryan's heart raced. He knew he had activated something powerful. The ship's dormant systems began to stir, lights flickering across its surface as energy surged within it. As Ryan stepped back in awe, he realized what he had discovered. This wasn't just a piece of technology, it was a weapon. A weapon capable of changing the entire course of Earth's future. If he could understand it, harness it, perhaps humanity would have a chance to fight back against the alien invaders. But time was running out. The alien fleet was hovering just above the jungle, unaware of the incredible discovery hidden beneath them. Ryan's mind raced as he tried to piece together what he had found. What was this ship? How could it help Earth fight back against the alien invasion? And most importantly, why had it been hidden in this jungle, so far from civilization? He had no answers, but one thing was certain: this warship could be the key to Earth's survival. As Ryan stood there, the sound of alien ships flying overhead reached his ears. The invasion had already begun, but for the first time in humanity's history, they had a chance. A small glimmer of hope had emerged from the jungle, and it was up to Ryan to figure out how to make it work before it was too late. As the shadow of the alien ships loomed over the jungle, the air seemed to crackle with tension. Ryan's heart raced as he stared at the massive warship, knowing time was running out. The alien fleet was about to land, and Earth's fate hung in the balance. With the weight of the world on his shoulders, Ryan knew he had to act fast. But how could he activate this strange, alien technology? He had no idea how it worked, only that it could be their only hope. Ryan knelt before the ship's hull, trying desperately to understand the symbols and lights that flickered across its surface. His hand shook with urgency as he ran his fingers over the glowing markings, desperately searching for some kind of interface. Suddenly, a soft hum filled the air. The ship's systems seemed to recognize his presence, and before he knew it, a series of holographic screens materialized before him. The air around him shimmered with blue light as the interface came to life. He stepped back in shock as the ship's AI spoke to him. The voice was soft but commanding, and it echoed in his mind as if the ship itself were alive. "Human," the voice intoned, "you have awoken me. What is it you seek?" Ryan's mind raced. Was this a dream? Could he really communicate with the warship's AI? He had no time for doubt. "I need your help," he said urgently. "The alien fleet is coming to Earth. We need to fight back. Can you help us?" The AI paused, as if considering his words. Then it spoke again, this time in a calm, almost reassuring tone. "You are not alone, human. I am here to assist. But unlocking my full power will require effort. Will you risk everything for your species?" Ryan didn't hesitate. "I'll do whatever it takes." The holographic screens around him flickered with complex data, and Ryan's fingers moved quickly across the interface. The ship's systems were intricate and alien, but as Ryan worked, the ship seemed to respond to his touch, unlocking more and more of its capabilities. He could feel the energy coursing through the air as the ship's dormant systems powered up, each connection a small victory. As Ryan continued, his thoughts drifted to his fallen comrades, his friends and fellow soldiers who had given their lives in the fight against the alien invaders. He remembered their faces, their laughter, the way they had fought alongside him with no fear in their hearts. But now, they were gone, victims of an unstoppable enemy. This moment wasn't just about saving Earth. It was personal. Every keystroke, every command he issued, was a tribute to those who had fallen. Ryan's determination grew stronger with each passing second. He wasn't just fighting for survival. He was fighting for revenge, for justice, and to prove that humanity was not weak. He could hear their voices in his head, urging him on, telling him that Earth was worth saving. The tears in his eyes blurred the holographic screens, but he wiped them away and pushed forward. The alien ships were now descending, their massive shapes visible through the trees. Ryan's hands were trembling as he typed, inputting commands with a speed that surprised even him. His mind raced as he wondered if he could activate the warship in time. One wrong move, one hesitation, could be the end. Finally, with a soft peep, the warship came to life. Its engines hummed with a deep, powerful vibration that rattled the ground beneath Ryan's feet. A pulse of energy surged through the ship, and Ryan felt the immense power at his command. He had unlocked its systems, connected with its AI, and now the ship was ready. The warship's voice spoke again, this time with a sense of urgency. "Ready. Prepare for combat. Human, You have awoken me. Now we fight." Ryan felt a surge of adrenaline as he realized what he had done. This was no longer just a machine. It was a weapon, a force that could challenge the alien fleet. The power of the ship was now in his hands, and with it, humanity had a fighting chance. But the real battle was just beginning. The sky above Earth grew dark as the alien fleet descended, their ships large and menacing, blocking out the sun. The Galactic Council had arrived. Earth had been laughingly dismissed as a primitive world, ripe for conquest, and the invaders expected no resistance. Their fleets positioned themselves over major cities, ready to begin the takeover with little more than a show of force. They had underestimated humanity. Ryan's heart pounded in his chest as he watched the alien ships on his display. They were everywhere, massive vessels armed with unknown technologies. The fate of humanity rested on his shoulders. But he wasn't going to let Earth fall without a fight. He had the warship's power now, and he would use it to show the invaders that Earth was not their easy target. Tension rippled through Ryan's body as he activated the warship's cloaking technology. The ship shimmered and became invisible, hidden in the vastness of the jungle. The alien ships above, unaware of the looming threat, continued their descent, certain of their impending victory. Ryan knew this was his chance. If they didn't see him coming, he could strike a devastating blow. With a deep breath, Ryan powered up the warship's weapons, the hum of energy charging through the ship's systems. The AI's voice was calm, but there was a hint of excitement. Target locked. Orbital bombardment ready. Initiating attack. Ryan didn't hesitate. He launched a series of devastating orbital strikes, each blast hitting its target with pinpoint accuracy. Alien ships in orbit exploded in fiery bursts as the warship's powerful energy weapons tore through their shields and hulls. Ryan watched the explosions on his display, his pulse quickening with every successful hit. But the fight wasn't over yet. Ryan knew the battle was just beginning. The remaining alien ships quickly regrouped, descending to Earth's surface to deploy their ground forces. They were swift and efficient, unloading squads of soldiers to take control of key cities. But Ryan wasn't done yet. He activated the warship's engines and dove down through the atmosphere, emerging from the clouds like a thunderstorm ready to strike. The ship's cloaking field flickered for a moment, but it quickly re-engaged as Ryan positioned himself above the enemy soldiers. The alien forces were spread out in large formations, confident in their strength. They didn't expect to be attacked from above. Ryan unleashed the warship's energy weapons, firing down on the alien soldiers. Explosions tore through the enemy ranks as Ryan aimed for their weak points, his hand steady as he coordinated with the ship's eye. The ground below erupted in flames as the energy blasts turned the invaders' advanced technology to dust. It wasn't just a battle of weapons, it was a battle of wits. Ryan used the dense jungle terrain to his advantage, diving in and out of the trees, hiding behind mountains, and using the cover of the landscape to strike swiftly and then disappear. The alien fleet, still reeling from the surprise attacks in space, was now scrambling to adapt to a new form of warfare, one they weren't prepared for. Ryan's guerrilla tactics worked. With every hit, he pushed the aliens back, forcing them to rethink their strategy. The warship's advanced cloaking technology made it nearly impossible for the aliens to detect his movements. They tried to retaliate, but Ryan was always one step ahead, using the terrain to his advantage, staying hidden in the shadows of Earth's vast jungles and mountains. Despite the success, Ryan knew this was just the beginning. He had dealt the aliens a powerful blow, but the fight was far from over. The Galactic Council would not give up easily. But with the warship's power and his own determination, Ryan was more than ready to continue the battle. This was Earth's chance to fight back, and Ryan wasn't going to let it slip away. The battle had been long, but as the last of the alien ships tried to retreat into the sky, Ryan knew this would be the moment that decided everything. He watched them with a focused gaze as his hands gripped the controls, feeling the power of the warship hum beneath him. The AI's voice was calm, but resolute. All systems are charged, targeting the remaining fleet. Final strike. Ryan's heart raced as the targeting reticle locked onto the fleeing ships. His fingers hovered over the trigger, and with a deep breath, he launched a final barrage of weapons. Beams of energy, powerful enough to rip through the toughest alien shields, tore through the sky, cutting down the enemy fleet one ship at a time. The air was filled with explosions as the alien vessels were obliterated, their burning remains falling toward the earth below. But victory didn't come without a cost. Ryan's body trembled as he looked at the control panels. The warship had taken damage from the fierce battles and had expended much of its power. Systems flickered and alarms blared, signaling that the warship's reserves were almost depleted. Ryan knew that this was the final push. He couldn't risk waiting any longer, and Earth couldn't afford to lose this opportunity. As the last enemy ship exploded in a fiery display, silence fell over the battlefield. The skies were clear, and the invading force had been annihilated. Ryan slumped in his seat, exhausted and covered in sweat. His comrades, the soldiers who fought and fell alongside him, flashed in his mind. Their sacrifices had led to this moment, and it was a bittersweet victory. He had saved Earth, but at what cost? The AI's voice broke through his thoughts. The Galactic Council has received your message. Earth is no longer a weakling planet. The Council will now know that humanity is a force to be reckoned with. You have proven that Earth is a death world. Ryan closed his eyes, letting those words sink in. The aliens had underestimated humanity, mocked them, thinking Earth was just a primitive world. But now, they would never make that mistake again. Earth had fought back, and not only survived but emerged victorious. The battle for Earth had been won, but the war had only just begun. Ryan turned his gaze toward the warship's control panels. The ship's systems were coming back online, and its AI was fully operational. The warship now signaled to something larger in space, a fleet, one that Earth had never seen before. The AI's voice, now tinged with a hint of urgency, spoke again. Incoming message from a larger fleet. Earth's victory has drawn the attention of other galactic forces. Your fight has just begun. Ryan's eyes widened as he saw the display light up with data. The battle was over, but the message had been sent. The galactic stage was about to change forever, and humanity was no longer the underdog. With Earth's victory, new threats would come, but Ryan wasn't afraid. He had witnessed humanity's strength, and it was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. The fight was far from over. Ryan knew that Earth would need to prepare for what came next. But in this moment, he allowed himself a brief smile. The alien invaders had been defeated, and Earth had proven itself. The message was clear. Humanity was no longer a joke. Earth was a force that would be respected, no, feared, across the galaxy. Ryan stood tall, looking out over the jungle, the warship's engines now silent. He had done his part. Now, it was time for Earth to rise and face the challenges ahead. The final battle had been won, but the war for the future of humanity was just beginning.